Hey everyone, my name is Candis Dyer and this is Canna Corner. We are broadcasted live every Monday at 7 p.m. from the Candis Dyer Facebook page. And we also are rebroadcasted on Wednesdays on WJAE 420 radio. And they are at 2 o'clock, and then KM 420 radio on Sundays at 2. Got a great show today for y'all. We don't got no guests, but I got some stuff to talk about. And so, yeah. So I know I haven't been on here in a while, which is kind of why I wanted to lead this out with, depression sucks, y'all. Been going through a little bit of that. For those of y'all that don't know, everybody knows it was Mother's Day, but I lost my mom to suicide quite a few years ago, about 13 years ago. It doesn't ever get easier. But Mother's Day is always a hard time for me. Like, I don't even want to talk to people, don't want to, you isolate yourself, you don't want to go outside, you don't want to put on makeup, you don't want to get dressed. I mean, it's a really hard thing, and a lot of people don't talk about it. We always try to, put on the smiley face. People don't want to hear our problems and try to fake our way through the day and do the best we can not to be a burden on people, which is one reason why we isolate, because we don't want to be a burden. We don't want to ruin other people's day with our sadness, basically, is what it is. It's always thinking of others, you know what I mean? It's that thing, a lot of us have. But so I took a couple weeks off. Canna Corner had several things going on, and then Mother's Day, and it was like just hard. So even I go through depression. My heart goes out to everybody that goes through it, and I'm getting better now, but just forcing myself to do stuff, get out there, start getting back into freeing the weed and getting Canna Corner going again and throwing myself into that stuff, because that helps me get out of myself. So so depression sucks, and if anyone's ever going through it, you can always hit me up. I totally know what you're dealing with. Oh, thanks, Becca. Hey, love. So but yeah, my mom committed suicide about 13 years ago. And one of the reasons I fight, I know I don't talk about myself a lot. I really want to get y'all stories out there, but I figured I'd take today, since we're on the subject of my mom anyway, and since Mother's Day and everything, kind of a tribute to her. She and why one of the many reasons I fight for cannabis legalization and decriminalization and ending cannabis prohibition altogether. Oh, thank you, love. Is Big Pharma. I watched Big Pharma ruin my mom's life. Like, she worked for an insurance agency at one point and had a thing going with her dentist that she could get as many hydrocodone pills that she wanted as long as she fixed the paperwork for whatever. So started with dental work. She got hooked on the meds, and then the doctor kept giving her as many prescriptions as she wanted. And she also was a victim of DV. So a lot of the pills and stuff were to like mask pain and stuff that she was dealing with. But I really believe that if my mom would have had the option to do the cannabis like I do and instead of all those pills, it could have saved her life. So that is one reason I fight. Like I said, growing up, it was always hard. And I know the reason that I'm also leading up to this is I know everybody's been watching the court case with Johnny Depp and Amber Heard. And I have been really, really, really watching it. I have noticed a lot of things were talked about. And of course, I'm not going to make any conclusions until everything's done. But I went through domestic violence. I went through not only with my dad and watching my mom go through it and all that, and watching, you know, her always go back to him, and just seeing her trying to hide, you know, the bruises, and trying to explain away, you know, things that happen to other people. And I mean, it's a big reason why I have PTSD today. Growing up in that kind of environment, my mom, like I said, always popping pills, drinking, and I am not looking down at her at all. Like, that's a lot to handle. It's a lot. You want to get rid of all that pain. So you're going to take pills, and you're going to drink, and you're going to do whatever it takes not to have to feel. And I totally get that, because later growing up, you know how the cycle continues. I got into a relationship with and dealt with domestic violence. And so, I mean, being a victim, not only physically or mentally, but sexually, you went through it. You know the signs, you know the things that happen, and it's horrible. And us as women already have a hard enough time. Not only women, us as victims, I'll say, not only have a hard enough time being able to come forward. And I mean, there's a lot of shame that comes with it. I mean, we know we're going to hear it. Why didn't you leave him? You know, if he really was that bad, then why did you stay? And we just know we're going to get all that. So there's a sense of shame that comes with that. Along with that comes a hard time connecting eye contact when you're talking to people. Like, you feel that shame. So in your head, you know, you feel like you don't deserve to look people in the eye. It's a whole thing. Anybody that deals with domestic violence knows what I'm talking about. And I heard, you know, I believed Amber Heard at first, years ago when this allegation came out. And I didn't really follow it much. If y'all know me, I do not watch TV. The celebrity crap does not get, I don't normally touch on this. I just don't. I think that there are a lot of false flags out there, and this probably is one of them, that gets your attention looking at one thing when something else is going on that people don't want you to know about. So I believe in all that. So I don't really pay attention to the news and all that shit. But I started seeing, you know, Amber's not telling the truth, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, what the heck is going on here? So I deep dove for the past 2 weeks into this whole case, not only the one going on now, but all the videos that happened years ago, that the other trial, the testimonies, everything. I'm seeing a lot of evidence. It's not good, y'all. And I don't want to make up your mind. I just want to, this is my issue with guilty until proven innocent right here. This is my issue, okay? Some girl says, hey, I'm beat. And yes, it does happen. You get beat. And I don't care if it's a little red mark on your face. Don't get me wrong. It's abuse. But one thing we don't do, we don't exaggerate it. You don't need to. You have the proof already there. You don't need to exaggerate it. And that is one thing you won't see us do. Another thing is we want to get it over with as fast as possible. We definitely don't want to call the news media when we go and get the restraining order. We don't do none of that. So thank you, love, for putting that in there. Yes, domestic violence. If any of y'all are dealing with it, y'all, 1-800-799-7233. Please get help. It doesn't get better. It doesn't get better until you do something and force that person to get consequences for it. Like, and then unless they want to change, they're not going to. And most of them don't even see they have a problem. And so if you are in that situation, please call. And I am not coming to any conclusions yet on this, because not all the evidence is out there. But with all the evidence that I've seen so far, it's not looking good, y'all. And I'm not want to sway y'all's attention one way or the other. I thought a lot about how to bring this up, because I didn't want this to be like we don't need it any harder. We don't need it any harder for when we come to talk about this and we try to finally report it and all this stuff. And what if she is doing what I think she's doing, it makes it so much harder for us to be believed. So yeah, that's my issue with it. Please, before you make your decision, the guilty before proving yourself innocent. Men do get abused too. I definitely think they both were abusive to each other. Don't get me wrong. Both of them were toxic. They definitely don't need to be together. But you don't need to exaggerate things. You don't need to do that. If you are abused, it's not about the money. We're happy to get out with our lives. We're happy to still be alive. And it's hard, to love somebody that's hitting you, and it's hard for us to leave. And just, yeah, that's where I'm going to leave that. I did have to touch base on it, though, because like I said, as a victim of domestic violence, watching it with my mom and growing up in it, a lot of things rubbed me the wrong way that I saw. But y'all go make y'all's decision up yourself. Just go look at all the facts before you come to a conclusion about whether or not it happened or it didn't. Look at everything, because sometimes people are using it the wrong way. And we need to make sure we have all the facts before we come to conclusions like that. But that's all I got to say about that. This is not like a Johnny Depp fucking Amber Heard podcast. So I normally don't even touch base on that. But like I said, coming from a victim of domestic violence, I felt like I had to speak out about it and say, just make sure, if a victim comes to you just because they're a female, don't always like put your trust in that. Make sure you see all the evidence, and don't just assume people are guilty without seeing everything. And that's what I got to say about that. Moving on. And if you are dealing with depression, y'all, or anything like this, you can always call me and talk. I know it's hard to even to have somebody when you're in the middle of it to just talk to, that that's not going to judge you, and that sometimes we just need to hear ourselves talk to somebody and kind of get it out so we can hear it. And so if you ever need that person, I can be that person. You can contact me anytime, and no judgment. I understand why, you don't leave. It's hard. It's hard. It really is. You're really in love with that person, y'all. And you excuse things that are unforgivable when you love people. It's just a fact. Not only partners, but, sisters, mothers, brothers. Don't stay in it. Get help. Talk to somebody. Hell yeah. But the big news. I know, let's get out of the depressing stuff and talk about fun stuff. So Carrie Cannon messaged me. If y'all don't know Carrie Cannon, she does a lot with helping to end cannabis prohibition. She does a great job at court support and getting notoriety, having people call the courthouses when people need to be when in certain times, like let's say somebody's fixing to get out and they need, court support as far as letters to the judges and stuff like that. She does a great job at rallying the troops and getting that done. Mass calls, mass mails, mass whatever needs to be done at that time. And she works a whole lot, pretty much exclusively for cannabis prisoners, for people that are in trouble for cannabis. Some of these people in some cases are in there for life for pot, y'all. These are like, when prohibition first started, they slammed them with years, and they've been in there for like Craig Cecil, 19 years, y'all, for pot. And she's fighting. She's being a voice for the victim and many, many, many people that are helping her. And she called me up, get to the point. Y'all go check her out on Facebook, Carrie Cannon, if you don't know who she is. She's like, hey, we're having a nationwide protest on 7/10. I would love for, would you be interested in doing like a protest in your area? And I was like, hell yeah, this is just what I need. I'm depressed. I need to get back on the streets, y'all. Y'all know me. I love to get out there on the streets and hear the cars honking and hearing the people's stories. Man, that's where it all started for me. That's how I got involved. And so I figured it'd be a good opportunity to get out of this depression I'm in too. So me and Troy of Roach and Bud had been talking for a while and been trying to figure out, what could we do together. I really like his cartoon. He's a rapper. He does an amazing cartoon. If y'all haven't seen him, go check him out at Roach and Bud with 2 D's on Instagram. He's got a badass cartoon, and he's got Pothead. Pothead goes all over the place, and you can spot him. Where's Pothead? Where is he going to be today? And all this stuff. So I called him up and I was like, dude, I think I got the perfect thing for us. Like, I would love to set up a walk like we had before. And this, my first thought, of course, I've been trying to get a walk over here for a while, and not that I haven't even asked. It's just so much going on that just haven't had the right opportunity to do it. Hempies, y'all, I don't know if y'all don't know who they are, but they are out in Arlington. Hempies Emporium Smoke Shop. They are on Cooper Street, Suite 275 in Arlington, Texas. So, called up Hempies. I finally got the A-OK today. They called me. Hell yeah, anything Roach and Bud is involved in, we would love to be involved in it. And I'm like, heck yeah. So, this is what we're going to do, y'all. We haven't got a time yet, and I still got to make flyers, and I got a lot to finish, but hearing it here first, there's going to be a walk. We're going to have signs and flags at Hempies Emporium Smoke Shop on 7/10. I haven't got the time down just right yet. So we're not sure if it's going to be like, I think they said they open at 10. Anyway, I don't want to just throw numbers out there. But anyway, so we're going to try to figure out the time frame we're going to do this, and I'll let y'all know. This is just in the works. So, Hempies, Roach and Bud, KM420 Radio, and Canna Corner are going to be out at Hempies in Arlington on Cooper Street at 7:10, calling all the troops. Everybody who hears this, if you would like to join us, if you don't have flags or signs, come on. We'll make sure we have some for you. If you do, bring them, bring your flags, bring your signs, come join us, join Meet Pothead. And I know Roach and Bud said he had some giveaway stuff. I know that Hempy said something about maybe hot dogs and balloons. So this may be a really big event. Like I said, just started getting it going. If you would like to help out with it, let me know. I would love your help. And yeah, so we're going to be in Arlington, Texas, in Hempy's, at Hempy's on Cooper Street, 710. And that is going to be a part of the worldwide protest to end cannabis prohibition. So hell yeah, I'm super excited about this. I love Roach and Bud. KM420 Radio, of course. Y'all go check them out on Mixler.com. You can check them out at KM420radio.com. You can go look up Hempy's at hempysemporium.com. You can check out Roach and Bud on Instagram. And of course, Canna Corner right here. So I'm really excited. I can't wait. It's going to be a blast. Y'all come meet Pothead. Come win some cool stuff. Man, it's just an awesome cartoon. If y'all get a chance, go check it out. Go look it up. It's badass. So I did talk to y'all a little bit last week about, not last week, a couple weeks ago, about how I'm kind of that's why I didn't have a flyer out today. I'm making new flyers and I haven't got around to getting it done yet. But we're going to be refocusing not just Canna Corner on stories, and it kind of has always been this way. But I want to let y'all know that I'm going to have activists coming on, being interviewed. There are so many amazing cannabis groups out there, y'all. And it's hard to tell, the ones that are in it to win it for a good reason, and hard to tell the ones that aren't. So my almost 5 years now of activism, I've met so many amazing people, and I want to start introducing them all to you. So little by little, I'm going to have like Can I Work come on, Team Syntex, Carrie Cannon, David Bass, Go Green, Amanda Hughes, all this list of great, amazing cannabis people that I know, get them on. And so they can introduce themselves to you. Y'all can hear, what they got going on, and maybe it's in your area and you can hook up with them. We got to do this together, y'all. We got to join together. We got to make this happen. It's been going on for far too long. We know that cannabis is medicine. It saves so many lives. It saved my life. I was on 3 milligrams Xanax a day, y'all. Like it was horrible. And that's just that was the main problem that I had, was the Xanax. I was on Paxil, Trazodone, all kinds of crap. So none of it helped. None of it. Some of it made it worse. And it wasn't until I found cannabis that I am here today, able to do what I'm doing today. I didn't leave my room, y'all. I stayed in my bed all the time. I was scared. I was giving myself panic attacks, being scared that I was going to have a panic attack. So I wouldn't leave the house. Like, it was crazy. And so ever since I've had cannabis, totally changed my life, made me a whole different person. And so I want to share that with y'all. I want to share these stories. I want to get y'all to be able to relate to these stories. And that's it. Education is the key. And we've been told so long that cannabis is bad. It's addictive. It's the gateway drug. It's blah, blah, blah. Dare banged it down us. And we got to spend as much money as they did and raise our voices as loud as they did to I don't want to say uneducate, because it was wrong education in the first place, to undo the damage they did by the misinformation they pushed. And so that's what we do. That's our job, to get out here and tell you, no, they were lying to you. It's not a gateway drug. pharma was gateway drug for me and many people. Big pharma. I didn't even drink. I had my first pill when I was like 10, and I knew that that got you high. Like, pharma was my addiction problem. Most people, not all, we all do it for different reasons, but for me, where was I going with that? I lost my train of thought. And I was talking about addiction. Yeah. Okay. So most people get started and it's very not intentional. You break your arm or your leg or your back and you go to the doctor and they put you on oxycodone and they give you and before we knew about the opioid epidemic, it was open season. They would, what do you need? Well, what's your problem? They didn't even look to see if you had a problem. They would just write. They're making money. They don't care. They're giving you they're making money off this medication they are pushing on you. They knew it was addictive. It says so right on the bottle. And they didn't care. They didn't, until people started waking up to the fact that the opioid epidemic is ruining so many people's lives. And then what did they do? Opioids are bad. And now the people who are addicted to them cannot have them anymore. So what did that do? That caused a lot of these people who are addicted to that to go to what is the street equivalent to that? Heroin, meth. All that shit is the street equivalent to the pills and stuff that we get. So if you are fixing to go through withdrawal and they take your med away, you are about to do anything not to have to go through that withdrawal. And it really does get about not being sick anymore. It doesn't even get about being high anymore. It gets, I need a fix so that I can make it through the day without going through sweats. I mean, I'm talking hot, cold. You'll be shivering 1 minute and sweating profusely the next. Like, your body cannot keep its temperature. I'm going to be very explicit. Diarrhea, stomach aches. You feel like you have been hit by a Mack truck. You've got pneumonia times 10. You can't move without puking. Like, it is bad stuff, y'all. And it lasts sometimes, depending on what your usage is. It can last almost a month on some cases, and years to get your mind back right after being on some of that stuff. So it's just, I believe that was my gateway drug, and that there's reasons that Big Pharma has created a lot of addicts out there. And I'm not saying all of them. Some of them just have bad lives and they're medicating and they're trying to forget. But a lot of them were created by Big Pharma. And we just need to let people know there's an alternative to that. You don't have to take that addictive medication. You can smoke a joint and it might be able to help you. If it doesn't, if you need to have, a certain medicine, I totally am not knocking needing medicine. Like, I have to take medicine now, unfortunately, for my back, but I didn't for a long time. I had gotten off of all of them. So I understand needing it, but if it can help you get off some of them, maybe help you get off all of them, then why not? Why shouldn't you be able to get that option? Big Pharma, hydrocodones, pills like that are a death sentence to people. And some cases, some people, they don't get addictive. They don't have a very addictive personality, but some people, it's in their DNA. If you give them that pill, they're gonna be addicted to it. The end of story. Take it more than 3 days, you now are addicted. And it becomes, like I said, about keeping yourself well, not even high anymore at one point. So we need to educate people on this. We need to let people know, there is an alternative. There is a safer alternative to big pharma, and it's cannabis. And it helps so many things. And that we have an endocannabinoid system, and that our body was made for it. And just so many things that people just don't know, they weren't educated about. So that's what this show's about. That's what I try to do, is educate the public on the benefits of cannabis. And if y'all have a story that you would like to share, you can contact me on Facebook, Candis Dyer, or you can contact me at Canna Corner 20@gmail.com, or you can hit me up on IG on Canna Corner and Events, I believe is what it is now. Canna Corner and Events. I know the Facebook pages, but so heck yeah, y'all. That is the revamp of Canna Corner and what's going to be going on with it. I'm going to focus more on that. And then, of course, Mile High News will be out Wednesday, and we talk about the My News articles about the opioid epidemic. So that's just crazy how that works. So if y'all haven't checked out Mile High News this week, or the Edge Show this week, Mile High News on the Edge Show, go check it up on Wendy Love Edge, the Edge Show on YouTube, and go check it out. They have an amazing crew, great show, great education, great about all health, and a lot of good stuff about cannabis. And I was lucky enough to be chosen for this season's Mile High News. So that's what we chose this week. Stay tuned for that. At Friday, Wednesday at 7 is when the TV version comes out. The TV at Fayetteville, Arkansas plays it first, and then but you can catch it just the audio. Go check out the Edge Show on Facebook and look up how to do all that. And on YouTube, y'all, go check that out. Heck yeah. Trying to see, I know I had a few things too. Oh yeah, I want to be able to do a community spotlight, like once a month, pick a group like that's been doing a lot of work and a lot of good work, and like do a spotlight presents kind of thing, and get y'all to meet them and stuff. It's gonna be cool. Heck yeah. Making sure I got everything. I think I've talked about everything that I needed to talk about today. I hope everyone had an amazing Mother's Day weekend. I know I have issues on Mother's Day, but my family tried to do, did make it a very special day. And I got a Mother's Day card, my favorite color, purple, from my daughter and my husband. And my husband took us out to my favorite is raw oysters, y'all. I love raw oysters. And we went to the Catch in Burleson, and I got me some oysters, and then chocolate covered strawberries and some flowers. So I had an amazing weekend. Jason was very sweet, and he always is. He knows I have a hard time. So, and his birthday's coming up too, so we got to do something special for him. Thank you so much to all the sponsors of Canna Corner. KM420 Radio, of course. Y'all go check them out at km420radio.com. And then we have Go Green Botanicals, and we have Roach and Bud sponsoring. You can check them out on Instagram. Go Green Botanicals, you can find them on Facebook or IG at gogreenbotanicals.com. They are a CBD business. The reason that I like their store is because they have all types of people's CBD, and they actually do a test that with their own test, their individual test to make sure that what they do have in their store has been tested and what's in it is in it. And I really love that they do that. It gives you you're going to get what you are paying for. These gas station CBD places, you don't know what you're getting out of that. Don't ever buy CBD from a gas station. If you are one of those people who said, well, CBD didn't really help me, the rub really helps me. If you're one of those people that CBD doesn't really help me, and you got your stuff from a gas station, try it again, because it may still work for you. You may didn't get what you thought you were getting. And so try it again. WJAE 420 Radio, they're our sponsors. You can catch the replay of Canna Corner on that WJAE on 420 on Wednesdays, and then of course KM 420 Radio, and both times at 2 p.m. Central Time. The Wendy Love Edge Show, or the Edge Show now, they revamped theirs, and it's the Edge Show, Mile High News. Great sponsors. And then Michael's Law Firm is fixing to be sponsoring us, so I'll let y'all know who and what he's all about. He is a lawyer that I actually met here at the RV park, and he wants to help. He wants to help people who are dealing with cannabis cases here in Texas. And so I told him that I would be introducing him to a few of y'all, like David Bass and stuff like that, and get him in with the Texas crew. And so that, you know, he wants to help people. He wants to speak out and start helping and start getting involved in the whole cannabis movement. And so I can't wait to let y'all know all about him. He actually they just got their house closed on. They were living in the RV park that we're living in over here. And yeah, so as soon as he gets settled in over there and stuff, I will be bringing, maybe we can get him on Canna Corner and introduce him to y'all. And so also, if you're fighting any cannabis cases, let me know if I can't help you. Like, let me know your story and what's going on. And because he wants to help too. So I think I've got everything. I think I've covered everything. Sorry, I know we've been a little bit all over the place. I haven't talked to y'all in a while. It's been a while. But heck yeah. So be sure to go like the Candis Dyer page. If you haven't yet, please, 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 I'm trying to get my YouTube channel up. Go subscribe to Canna Corner YouTube, and go check us out on Instagram and Facebook, Canna Corner and Events. Or you can go to the Candis Dyer Facebook page. A lot of people get confused. I have my main page, the Candis Dyer page. Everybody has, you know, but then you're only allowed so many friends on there. So I ended up having to make a page, the Candis Dyer page. And that was before the event one. Anyway, so it's live from the Candis Dyer page, the page, not my personal. So if you're wanting to check that out, on this live, you can hit the bell and it will notify you every time that we are going live. But it is normally Mondays at 7. There are times that I take off or I don't have a guest or whatever. Oh, Courage and Cannabis. We have them coming on at the end of the month on the 30th. So I'm really excited about that. As y'all know, I've had a few of the authors on for the book already, and they've got all these authors. That's what it is. It's a book that puts all these stories, all these authors together, all their cannabis stories together. And you can get it at courageandcannabis.com, courageandcannabis.com. And they will be coming, a few more of the authors will be coming on the 30th at 7, Monday this month. So wait for that. I'm going to be talking to Farrah here soon about possibly getting KM420 radio on next week, but I haven't yet. And I got to call her to talk about this event that we're going to have coming on. So, but yeah, so if y'all are in the area, Arlington, Texas, Hempy's Smoke Shop, Hempy's Emporium Smoke Shop in Arlington, Texas. If y'all are near there and want to just get good smoking stuff, great place to go. They are amazing people. They put a lot of work and effort into ending cannabis prohibition, and they have great prices. You can also get your merch, your Roach and Bud merch over there. And so, yeah, go check it out. But on 7/10, we're going to be having a walk. Roach and Bud's going to be there. Pothead's going to be there, which is this guy right here. I know y'all probably can't see him, but Pothead's going to be there. He's going to be doing giveaways. It's going to be a fun time just to get all the cannabis community together, have a worldwide walk all over the world to end cannabis prohibition. Everybody doing a walk in their area on the same day. It's going to be fun. So come check it out. I will let y'all know about the times soon. Much love and respect to y'all.